this type of information out there.
Oh yeah,
and especially with Palestine. You know, I don't think I don't I don't understand what's going on over there. I mean, that Netanyahu guy.
I mean, what he's doing to these people is like, it's the most inexcusable, just horrific thing in the world. And the fact that, like I said this on Rogan's podcast, and I got shit for it, but I stand by this. But it's just like, it's just like throughout all of history, there's just all this horrible shit. There's just slavery and wars and genocides and ethnic cleansing campaigns and all this. And every single point in history, there was someone there who would justify it. And be like, no, we have to. We have to. And we have reasons why it's okay to do this. And they bend over backward and twist themselves into pretzels to explain why they're the real victims. And they really have to do this to these people because if they don't, then they do it to them. But it's all indefensible. You're like, you're just defending evil shit. And I feel the same way about Israel, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just to defend what they're doing to a group of people who are captive, who they've been occupying since 1967. You've been occupying. They don't have a military. They don't have a government. They don't have an air force. They have no means of defending themselves.
Yeah.
And you are just destroying the place.
But
dude.
you're not letting the news out. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
You're not letting people get a fair take of what could potentially be going on there, right? You're not letting it. You're doing everything you can to stop that, right?
Well,
but
they always do. The only thing that's different is that now it's actually a challenge for them to do that. So but every war relies on lies, and every war relies on totally dehumanizing the enemy. Because if you can't do that, you're in a lot of trouble. If you leave just a little inch of humanity for those people, then immediately you're going to go, oh my God, what are we doing? Because if that was your brother's kid or your nephew, your son, you'd lose your mind about someone doing that to them.
Oh, well, I think it's like, I'm not an anti-Israel guy. But that guy he gives me this vibe that it's evil, right? And it's not something I am making in my head. It's something that starts inside of me. It's not like because I know it because I knew it when I went to Cuba when I was in college, and I would see people that would come up to the windows and they weren't allowed to share what they had to whisper if they wanted to tell you something, right? Or when we went to the libraries there and they only had books that started at Fidel. Their history books started at fucking Fidel.
Yeah, that's great.
So if you're a kid and you wanted to, you didn't exist. Your grandparents didn't even, your essence didn't exist, So, and I read a quote somewhere that the Netanyahu guy, that his father said that, he didn't like Arabs, right? And he didn't like the essence of Arabs. And that to me was just like a thing, like, that's the same type of shit it seemed like that Hitler would have said.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like whatever the grain. I don't like the atom of this person. I don't know, man. Maybe and I don't know.
No, listen. I mean, it's there's
it just makes me say, and the biggest thing, it just breaks my heart. Like, and so I know when that kind of shit's happening, where it's like that's where it comes from. It's like just like I don't know. I've always had a barometer for like the underdog, I think, and maybe that's all, maybe some of it's that too, I don't know everything. I don't know a ton of history, but yeah, some of that shit, it just fucking hurts when you think about how many children have been killed. How many kids have been killed over there? Estimation.
I mean, the estimates I think have been so far, they're like undercounted. I think a lot more people than we initially thought are dying. But I think I saw it, the estimate was that 2/3 of the dead were women and children.